Hey, what's up guys, this is Wolf Rocky and welcome to Post Game. Sunday is officially over. Some banger games today. There's 5 games on the slate tonight and I enjoyed a lot of them. There's a couple OTs which we love to see. Make sure to drop a like guys and subscribe so you don't miss out any other videos on this channel. I'm gonna be grinding super hard, so make sure you hit the bell as well so you don't miss out any other videos on this channel. But let's get into today's games. I love these games today. I'm very excited to talk about it. Let's do it, baby. The first game of the night that we're going to talk about is going to be the Minnesota Wild versus the Arizona Coyotes. So it was in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Minnesota won this game 4-3. It was a close one. Third period, Arizona tried to make a little comeback, scored 2 goals in the last 4 minutes and almost had the comeback, but obviously the Wild did end up winning the game, which is good for them. They needed this game. It was a little trap game. Like I said, playing these bad teams, it is hard to beat them sometimes. Yes, you're supposed to win. They're feisty. You know what I mean? They're feisty. The Arizona showed that today. They showed that they still have pizzazz for the rest of the season. They're not gonna give up, man. They're not gonna give up, and they showed that today, which is awesome. We'd love to see that. But Minnesota, you gotta worry about the defense. The defense has been a little slipping up recently. Marc-Andre Fleury has not been his normal self with dominating games. He's been a little shaky. But hey, we'll take the 2 points. It's a well-needed 2 points. You needed this, especially on home ice. You're getting the wins back on home ice, which is what you need. But you got to keep it up, man. You got to keep it up against a harder team, because obviously you're supposed to win this game. This is a free win. This is a free win on the schedule for you guys, and you had to did it, and you did. It was big for them, and you got to, once again, you got to give props to Arizona. You love the resilience of actually just keep pushing forward, even though they're basically their season's already done. You know what I mean? Like, they don't think it is, but obviously we all know they're not making playoffs. You know what I mean? But the Wild, they have a chance to make playoffs, and they're showing it with these 2 points tonight, which is awesome. We loved it. And Kaprizov did score again, which is awesome. 13 points, 13 goals, which is unreal. And they had 4 different goal scorers, which is awesome. Matthew Boldy, Jared Spurgeon, Sam Steele, and Kirill Kaprizov. So you'd love to see it with the depth and the captain getting in on the fun as well. So big win for the Minnesota Wild. Up next is going to be the Winnipeg Jets versus the Chicago Blackhawks. It was in Chicago, and absolutely, guys, Jets absolutely dominated the Blackhawks today. Blackhawks didn't even show up. You mean they did not show up? Jets were going to lose the game all day. Shots were 44-25 in favor of the Jets. The final score was 7-2 via the Jets. So hey, they played their top game, and the Jets, if they're playing like this, they can beat anybody in the NHL. They're looking very good, especially when Hellebuck is the Vezina Trophy winner as of right now. He is playing super good, and he has another really good game under his belt. But obviously, they're supposed to win this game, just like the Wild game. They are supposed to win this game. The Jets are the way better team, and like I said, trap game sometimes. But today, Jets said no trap game. We're gonna absolutely show ourselves and just dominate, and that's exactly what they did. Well needed win, well deserved win, and hey, they're getting depth across the lineup. Harkins, don't know who that guy is. Menelainen, don't know who that is. Also scored. Kyle Connor, best player on the team, unreal. Menelainen again, so he scores twice. Shifley scores, and pure Luke Dubois scores twice. So you loved it. You love the depth and the top scorers on the team scoring, which is awesome. You love to see that. Chicago scored twice in the second period, but hey, it is what it is. They got absolutely smacked today, but that's what we expect as a Chicago, as a Blackhawk. Like that's what we expected from the Blackhawks. Is they're not competitive. I mean, they traded all their best players away except Patrick Kane so far. So obviously they're not gonna be competitive, and this obviously showed. I feel like they usually are better on home ice in general, but they've not been showing it recently. And obviously today was a big identifier that they're not very good and they're not really competing. They're going for Bedard. I think they had the best chance in my opinion. Obviously the odds are gonna be whatever, but I think Bedard's coming to Chicago, guys. You heard it here first. I think Bedard's coming to Chicago. I think that's what they're hoping for, and they're making sure they're going to keep losing, and obviously days like these are going to happen for Chicago fans. Up next is the Seattle Kraken versus the Anaheim Ducks. It was in Anaheim, and the Kraken won this game 5-4, and boy, Gibson is horrible. I thought Gibson was better than this, man. Like, I don't know if it's just the atmosphere of just the Ducks locker room, just them losing all the time for the last couple seasons. Like, I don't get it. Their star players are scoring. Terry, Zegras had 3 apples tonight. Like, you're not gonna win a game like this, man. Gibson is just not good. I don't know why. They're young guys. McTavish scored. Henrik, the older guy. Like, I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. 25 shots within 5. Gibson's got to be better than this, man. Gibson has to be better than this, or they're never gonna win. They're never gonna go through this rebuild. I don't know what they're gonna have to do. Trade him? Is he free? Just let him go? Like, what is happening with Ducks, man? It's very irritating. I know Zegras is very upset. I know Troy Terry, the whole team's probably upset, man, because the locker room cannot be good right now, and it's probably tough with Zegras in the locker room because he's a very energetic guy. So him having no energy is probably very tough. But this Ducks team is horrible, and I don't know what to say, man. It's god awful, and yeah, don't really know what to say about the Ducks, man. Just chalk it up, man. Just chalk it up. But you got to give props to the Kraken, man. Jones did not play great today, but Kraken got it done. Kraken got it done. Benier scored, Sprong scored, Vince Dunn scored, Winberg, McCann. Depth, 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 and that is what's happening on the Kraken. They've been smacking teams, bro. They've been smacking teams. They're 13-5-3. Who would expected this? I didn't expect this. They had a very bad start to the season too. Very underwhelming, bad start to the season. Losing on home ice basically every game. They were very, very bad. But they're turning it around, beating the teams they should, and they're beating the good teams like the Knights. They're beating some good teams. So the Kraken might be the real deal. Obviously, playoff push is gonna be close. Flames, Oilers, they're on the hunt. Even the Kings, they're all on the hunt. So it's gonna be tough. But right now, Kraken, they look like they deserve it, and they're going to be fighting for it. So they're not going to be backing down. But you got to give props to the Kraken. Big win for them. Up next is going to be the Vancouver Canucks versus the San Jose Sharks. The final score is 4-3 for Vancouver, and they won in overtime. So this is a very fun game to watch. You love these type of games. I love overtime, man. No matter what team it is, you love overtime. 3-on-3 is just different. But hey, Vancouver, 20 shots on net, and they scored 4 times, and Sharks had 35. So Kakkonen did not have a good game for the Sharks. But hey, he's going to be consistent. He's young, and I think he's going to be a good prospect. I think he's going to be a very good goalie in this NHL. And obviously, I got to get through these days when he is inconsistent, because he will step it up in the near future, because he has showed that he could be an elite goalie in the NHL. So hopefully he can continue that. Obviously, today was not one of those days. But Vancouver, they're a high-scoring team. They really are. They really aren't good defensively, as the Sharks scored 3 tonight. But you got to give props to the forwards. They do not back down. Burrows scored, Mikheyev, Pettersson, and Kuzmenko in overtime. He's been popping off this year. He's been balling. 11 goals. Same with Pettersson. It is just unreal for the Vancouver team. Hopefully they can keep getting these wins, but I don't really think so, man. I think the season right now for the Canucks is very, very tough. Like, what do they really do? What do you do? I don't know if the playoff push will be tough. They're not better than the Flames. They're not better than the Kraken. They're not better than the Kings. They're not like in the Knights. They're not better than the Oilers. Like, it's tough going for the for the Canucks here. So gotta give props for them to keep rolling. We'll see what happens. You know, they could make a huge push. You never really know. But I think next season might be their year. Demko played better tonight, so hopefully he can keep that up. But I think it's gonna be a tough season for the Canucks. And same with the Sharks here. Sharks, another loss. They'll take the point on home ice, but it's not a great year for both these teams, in my opinion. And the last game of the night, guys, is gonna be the Ottawa Senators versus the Los Angeles Kings. Ottawa won this game 3-2 in overtime. It was a very good game. It was a very fast-paced game. Ottawa actually looked pretty good. 39 shots. Kings had 27. And the superstars on the Ottawa Senators actually popped off today. Kachuk scored. The Brinket scored finally. Then Giroux scores the overtime winner on a breakaway quick in the overtime, which we really didn't get to watch the overtime, which is kind of sad, because this would have been a very fun overtime, because the Kings are very fast. Very fun to watch in overtime with Kevin Fiala and stuff like that. But it was a good game. Got to give props to the Senators. They're getting the wins. They got the win here, which is huge. It was a tough team in LA, especially on their home ice too. It's tough to play in LA because Kings have been rolling recently. They've been very good this year. They've been very good as of recently. We're very streaky, going hit or miss, but now they've been stepping up and been getting in that win column, which is lovely to see. But hey, Quick played good today, and so did Cam Talbot, and hopefully they can keep that together, because hey, Sens, it's gonna be tough for them to do anything this year in the playoffs, or even get to the playoffs. It's gonna be tough for them to do that, because it's so stacked in that division, and even the conference is very, very stacked. So we'll see what happens, but I think just getting these wins just helps the locker room out. They need to get the locker room going, because I think honestly next season they're going to maybe find a goalie. Maybe Talbot's perfectly healthy. We'll see what happens there, but you got to get this huge, you got to take these huge jobs when you can. It's a big win for the Senators, and hopefully they keep rolling on it, because you never know really what it could happen in this season. All right, guys, that is going to be this video. Please drop a like and subscribe if you guys did enjoy it all. Much appreciated. You're all beautiful, and subscribe, motherfuckers.